Hello everyone and welcome back to Niche, the genetic survival game, and we are here on our experimental island with the Lassoon tribe. So we are still putting the Jalip tribe on pause until we can see if there is some way to salvage them, but I don't want to watch them be tormented any longer, so we are going to continue on with the experimental tribe for a little bit until I gather up the courage to go back to the Jalip tribe and see what we can salvage from there. But that is also very exciting because it means we are on the cutting edge of the newest updates that include things like being able to invite or chase away the various rogue members that you can find out in the world. They also include the family tree, the different blood genetics, and the ability to lick your wounds. So it's quite a bit going on, and I feel like our creatures in this tribe are aging a lot faster than the creatures have in the past. So let me know what you guys think, if that's true or not, or maybe it's just because we have like such a small group that we are actually progressing a lot quicker simply because we don't need to make as many moves or analyze as much of the story as we used to. I'm kind of beginning to think it's a little bit of the latter, actually. But as you can see, we are still on the beginning island. We are on the easiest island, and as many of you guys have noted, it is shaped like a heart. So I thought we'd get up here so everybody could see, yes, it is shaped like a heart. Maybe that is something nice that we can think about this island, even though in the past I feel like the Jalip tribe had a bigger starting island, but they're procedurally generated each time, so that makes sense that would be different. But I miss our tree. I really miss our tree. So I'm hoping we'll be able to explore this island and gather up quite a bit of food and head over to the next island pretty soon. And the fact that the fact that our population is actually kept in check a little bit by all of the food resources is actually pretty useful because we can only take so many creatures. Oh, let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, we can still only take 9 creatures when it is time to move on to the next island. So maybe 10? Can you put a creature right here? We'll have to look over there. We'll have to make sure that some of our little explorers, perhaps one of the scouts. We actually have a scout back here, Kirkir. He's actually heavily wounded. He helped to take on a predator that showed up and was threatening the tribe. We'll see if he can manage to heal himself. But unfortunately, Kirkir, since we have to be more careful with which members of our tribe really get to be focused on for survival because of the food resource issue, he was one of the ones that was kind of lined up early on to be sent out to face the bigger risks because he doesn't have any paws that can help to collect anything. So he's kind of our scout. That's why we put the S in front of his name. We also learned last time never to hit spacebar while you are typing in a name for a creature because it will just make the day pass. I did that twice. It was very humiliating, but hopefully you guys learned a lesson. And we will go ahead and name all of our future scouts S something. I think there's another S. Yes, there's S Messy. And we may actually have her head over to the edges anywhere where the grass is rustling too. She's a decent fighter, but she can't help with berry collecting. So we'll keep her moving. Now the ones that can help with berry collecting are actually Barry's children. And Barry just passed away. This is Barry right here. So she just passed away. And there's Barry. Oh, she was our little spotty one. And she had a few children of her own. So let's see if I can move her over here so we can see. So you can see her children. There we go. Almond, Mary, and Rossi were her children. And I love how you can actually move the family tree around. And it seems like it actually leaves where you move your creatures alone. So maybe I can move Annecy all the way. There we go, like over there, because she didn't have any children. Yeah, now we lined it up so the moms are all lined up properly. And then Tankir, who just joined our tribe. So for some reason he's up here, I guess because he is considered like generation 0, since he isn't related to anybody else in the family tree. But Tankir just arrived to the tribe as well. He actually was escaping a predator and ran through our little pack searching for help. And so this is Tankir. He's way down here. He is also wounded, so he needs to lick his wounds and heal them before he continues to watch his life leech away, which is a little dramatic. But he has already taken Isco as a mate because they have opposing immunity genetics. So thank goodness he showed up, because otherwise we were down to just a bunch of related cousins, and that was getting a little bit risky. And then of course, let's see. Oh no, Kirvan's father I think just passed away too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Kirvan's father, Tadukta, just passed away. So he was our former new arrival, and he has passed away as well. So we do have one pregnancy that's on the nest right now, and that is Miri. So Miri has actually taken her brother. I think they're brother and sister at least. Let's see, where's Miri? I can actually check how they're related now. That is so amazing. Yes, and actually Miri is full sibling of Almond, and that may seem really, really weird to have them breed, but Miri has different genetics than Almond, and so they actually should have some healthy children. I am pretty confident that their children will be okay, even though they are related, because they don't carry the recessives that will stack on top of each other, and they carry opposing genetics too, because Almond is actually not very healthy. He has AA immunity. So we'll have to see how that all works out. We have a few rustling bushes and a few piles of meat to collect. So let's go ahead and make it the next turn, and let's see what little Miri and Almond's baby looks like. All right. Oh my gosh, you're so cute. Cute, huh? You inherited your dad's ability, your hemophilia, to bleed more often, and blind eye, and one no paw. So you inherited a lot of your dad's traits, but you're adorable and I like you. So we have Almond. I'm gonna name him, I kind of want to name him Walnut maybe, or what's Pecan. Let's name him Pecan. So this is little Pecan. I like him. I really like him, actually. Oh, actually, I kind of want to name him something else. Let's name him, Olive, Mir. I'm trying to think of plants that are kind of Mediterranean based. Pecan will have to do for now. So I like him. So Almond, your son has been born. He is Pecan. I am a little bit worried though, because we're getting very heavy on the males in some regard. So we'll have to take good care of them. Let's take care of some of our wounded creatures, so hopefully they can live a little bit longer. Tankir has just licked his wounds. Rania is about to pass away, unfortunately, so I can't breed her with Tankir to see that continue on. I'll have her go ahead and gather up some berries as some of her last moves. Esmiri, we'll actually have her, even though she's a baby, come over here to start lighting up these areas. And then Rasi would probably be okay. Yeah, she would be a good mate actually for Tankir as soon as she comes of age, but she's not old enough yet, so we'll have her just focus on gathering up some food. And speaking of food, we'll go ahead and have Kiravan over here gather up this food. And he is going to have to start considering who he would take on as a mate. And Anasi actually has enough life left in her that she can have a baby. So Anasi, let's see about getting Anasi over here, and they will become mates. So I think that is actually his aunt, but that's going to have to be okay because they don't have the same immunity genes. And we want to be very careful because this can very quickly end. You want to control the population of your tribe based off of the food resources, but you have to balance out the fact that if you get a gender imbalance, or if you get a set of weak creatures or a couple very aggressive predators, you could lose everything very quickly. So this is quite, it definitely has increased the challenge significantly from what it was. So let's have Nukirku come over here, and we're gonna have Eskir. Can he take care of himself at all? Oh, he can't take care of himself even though he's heavily bleeding? Is he just gonna like bleed out and we can't do anything? What are you doing? Oh my gosh. Oh, it'd be kind of cute if you could breed with a bunny. I am so this is amazing. What are you doing in there, little bunny? That's not where you belong. Well, we'll have to see what we can handle about the bunny. In fact, I need to get her into a nest, but probably easier just to send her down here. Oh no, she still can't reach the nest. Isko, you're supposed to be able to reach the nest, my dear. I'll go ahead and gather up those berries. The bunny, really? The bunny's like hiding under Anasi. That's not... Oh well, we'll deal with that later. Alright, and meanwhile, Pecan, I don't know, I mean, it's fun to give them normal names, but I kind of want to give them I'm so used to their names being Miri or more fancy things. Pecan, maybe I want to change your name to something like Pamir. In fact, Pakar. I think I'm going to change his name to Pakar. There we go. And that may seem odd, but I'm so used to their names being things like Messi and Tankir and Rania and Isko that even though I've changed a few of their names, I like that flow better. It just seems more natural to me now. All right, so we're going to have little Miri step this way and mate with Almond again. And we're going to have Almond go ahead and step over here and gather this food. And then he can start clearing away some of the other areas. I don't have any of my pregnant females actually on a nest. We're gonna make to the next turn. Oh, hang in there, buddy. Eskier, can you not take care of yourself at all? Oh, I guess if you have heavy bleeding, you can't lick your wounds and stop dying. Oh, that's tragic, actually. That's actually really sad. And meanwhile, this bunny, Annecy, I feel like she wouldn't be able to bring herself to kill it because she's pregnant. And I don't know, maybe it brings out something maternal. So we'll go ahead and have Kiravan gather up that. And she can gather that berry and step over here. It's still very surreal to me not to have to worry about the food for movement. You just have to build up your food so you have enough to last from day to day. So that's actually, it's very useful, but it's still very odd to me. Isko will stay up here and she can gather these up. Tankir, oh boy. Tankir, please. Just hang in there until Messi would be a decent mate for him too. Hang in there until Messi and Rasi grow up, I beg you. Okay, and we're gonna gather up those berries before this bunny does. And then Messi, we'll have her go ahead and just kind of view these areas. The bunnies are actually a threat to our berry supply too. So although it seems kind of funny to see the bunnies start showing up, they're actually, look, they ate our berries just like that. And I forgot to gather up the berries before we moved her. Oh well. Alright, so let's gather up these berries. The bunny just ate all those berries. Oh my gosh. No, get away. You are so bold. Look at him. He's hiding in the nest. He is hiding in the nest with our pregnant Isko. Just curled up in the bones of, I think, what's her mother. Oh my gosh. There's some drama with these bunnies, I tell you what. Alright, so we'll come down here. We have our 2 scouts. I'm going to go ahead and clear away some of this territory. I feel so bad for Eskier because I don't think he's going to be able to make it because he's heavily bleeding. Let's keep an eye on him and then we'll check on the babies. Hang in there, buddy. I wish I could heal him, but there's nothing we can do. We can't lick ourselves. We can't do anything. So we'll just keep him company, which sounds really devastating, but we'll just keep him company while he's kind of looking out at the ocean with his brother. So that's really sad, but we really can't do anything else. And then we have Animiana. So thankfully, Anis has been able to stay alive long enough to have a semi-healthy daughter. She has 1 no paw, but she also has berry paw. And she has good genetics. So that's a girl too. We've desperately needed a girl and she reminds me so much of Eve, I'm pretty sure. And now we can actually check to see what the past creatures have looked like. Isn't that fantastic? And look at that. We have so many new children. Mikori. Oh, we're gonna have to go look at Mikori in just a second. Oh, and it's so fun to see what they would look like if they get a chance to grow into adults. And what I also think is really interesting, it would be fun if the icons went a little bit gray when a creature passed away, so you could know, oh, that was a creature who's already passed on. I think that would be pretty useful, so I'll keep an eye out and see if that's something that might show up in the future. All right, we're gonna move her over here and him over here, and then she's going to breed with him because Anis might as well pass on some more children before she passes away. And then I think Tankir, oh, hang in there, Tankir. He'll have a little bit of meat to hopefully keep himself alive. I really need Asmiri and Rasi to grow up, but hopefully they'll grow up soon. Alright, and I'll go ahead and have them clear away this grass. And then Isko can move down here, and she can go ahead and take Tankir as her mate once more. I could have actually had her bred and jump straight into the nest. I should have done that. Alright, we'll do that next time. And I don't think little Miri is going to grow up quickly enough in order to have her mate with Tankir. So hopefully one of the young boys being born, oh my gosh, this I really think is going to be what the, oops, sorry about that, you guys, what the experimental tribe is going to look like. I think that the almond line is actually coming through with the spots and the blonde mane and the ram horns that are really standing out as the Lassos tribe. Yeah, the Lassos, I can't remember we'll call them the Lassos tribe. The Lassos tribe characteristics, kind of like we had the brown fur and spots and ram horns for the cookie tribe in the Jalip tribe, for the cookie line in the Jalip tribe. So that's very interesting. We'll have to see how the genetics play out. At this point, we're back to the phase of the game where we're just desperately trying to keep our creatures alive, so we're not even really able to focus on, oh, but are we able to like get them looking a certain way. We don't even have enough. We don't have enough to be able to focus on that. All right, we'll go ahead and have him gather up these berries. I was hoping she could jump straight into the nest, but that's not the case. We are getting pretty high on number of creatures though, but we're about to unfortunately have Kirkir pass away. Rest in peace, little one. It's like his brother glanced down in shock just then too. All right, Nukirku, we'll go ahead and have you wander around a little bit. He'll be a little bit shocked from his brother passing away, but we'll just let him wander deeper into the island, searching for things to kind of console himself. And Animiana can step over here to help light this area up. We'll explore this spot and step back into the nest. Then we'll come over here and get this bunny before it destroys our berry bush. Berry bush destroyer! Out you go. All right, and we'll have to move this little one and get her up into the nest. Thank goodness, Rasi has finally gotten old enough. Oh, thank goodness. And Tankir, hang in there, Tankir. I think Messi may actually age up enough that hopefully Tankir's genetics can be passed on. He came very wounded after that fight with the predator, so I'm actually pretty glad he's just survived as long as he has. And then we have Kirkunu, who's got pretty good fighting actually, so we'll put him along the edges and maybe he can help with fighting. And Pakar, who I'm a little bit fond of Pakar for some reason. I don't know what it is. I think I'm just a fan of spots. I have a weakness for spots and a weakness for the Dalmatian pattern, I'm noticing. And we'll go ahead and have Miri step onto the nest so she can have her next baby. And Almond can watch over her from up here and gather up some berries. Is that everything already? Oh, our tribe is so small, but we did have 50 creatures when we were in the Jalip tribe last, and that ended up spelling our doom. So I really like the way a lot of you guys have interpreted that as saying a big plague went through all of our creatures and wiped out the Jalip tribe. But I also like all of you who have said, no, the Jalip tribe, we're just going to leave the story there where it was. Alright, so we're trying to get in poison fangs and yellow fur, but I actually think it might be more helpful. Everything else is kind of for looks or has to do with fields we can't really explore. So I think poison fangs would be worth something because I really like the ability to kind of dart in and then bite somebody and then run away again. So we'll go ahead and leave that there. We have some babies on the way. Let's see. Yes, Messi has gotten old enough to have a baby. Oh, thank goodness. We have Rana. So we have little Rana. She has just been born into the family. Then we have Rasi. She's going to go ahead and have her baby in just a moment. And then Tankir is going to pass away next turn. So we're going to go ahead. He has a big little family down here. Yes, a big little family. But if I grab Tankir, he has 2 children born so far. They're both females. This is kind of useful to very quickly glance through and see your balance of males and females. We're really lucky that we ended up having Tadukta and Tankir show up because Adam and Eve only had 4 children and they were all girls. So that could have ended very, very badly. All right, and then S. Messi is old enough to be able to mate. So we have 3 children expected from Tankir, and then he can just kind of sit and relax because this is going to be his last day with us. So it just goes so quickly when they're wounded. I feel like we hardly have a chance to really get to know them or be able to really get attached to them, and then they're gone again. All right, and then over here, Mary has gone ahead and she has had little Rila. So little Rila, ooh, almost healthy across the board, but she has no paw and blind eye, so about 50% then. Oh no, never mind, less than that. She is about, I would say 25% healthy compared to the traits we're looking for, because she does have hemophilia. In fact, you know what? I feel like that is actually such a tremendously bad gene to have. I'm going to actually rotate in normal blood clotting to try to get rid of that, because I feel like the hemophilia, you can't cure that. We lost a perfectly good scout very, very early in his life because of that. So I want to get rid of the hemophilia. I feel like this is actually one of the most damaging genes we can have at the moment. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of that. If we can breed it out. Ducro, oh, little Ducro, stripes and everything. That's actually very appealing, very handsome little guy. And then we have Anasi. I think she might, no, she's probably going to pass away in 2 turns. It might be worth the attempt. I'm going to go ahead and, I mean, we have so many babies coming, it's probably not worth the attempt actually. So we'll just go ahead and have Kirvan sort of watch over his children. Oh, I needed to gather that meat. Oh well. And Anemiana can come over and can help guard this area. I get the feeling she's a very curious little one. She's got normal eyesight and good speed. I can't wait to see all of the new traits that are going to be added in over time, because I already see hints of so many new ones. And then let's come up here. And Miri, I don't know if we need to make Miri have any more children. We're actually getting very high on the number of creatures we have, even if we're expecting a couple to pass away soon. Miri has had, so far, 3 children. So Miri has had 1, 2, 3. She's had Pikar, Kirkuku, and Rila. So all of Almond's children, basically. Yeah, Almond has 3 children. Can I move? Let's move these 2 next to each other because they're the mates. And let's scooch you over here. Oh, look at that. That's so much easier when you can kind of like scoot things around so you can see who's mated with who and how it lays over. Oh my gosh, it gets really complicated though. There's probably a little teensy bit of tweaking that could be done to the family tree. But I don't know. Miri, I like Miri a lot. Let's see what we have right now. We have G and A on the genes. So G and A across the board for Miri's children. And then we have F and G. And then we've got A and H. So little Ducro, born to Annecy, is going to be very important. Ducro, our striped boy, we might put an A next to his name so that we can kind of know that he is going to be very important for his genetics. So we can keep an eye on him. H and B, same for Mikori. She's going to be super important to kind of mix with our almond line. So yeah, we're going to have to mix those ones together. And then Rana too. So actually we've done a good job of kind of keeping a lot of the lines separate. And now we just need to start mixing them together a wee bit because, yeah, the genetics can start overlapping. So we don't need to specially mark any of them then. Miri's children continue to be the same type every time. I wonder H and G immunity, if there is a better mate for her out there. Tankir, but she couldn't make it to Tankir and mate with him in 2 leaps. So I think we'll wait on Miri. Miri is young enough that she can actually step kind of over here. We'll have her step over here and start connecting up the area between her 2 children. And then Almond can actually gather up this. He's kind of keeping an eye on the top of that island spot. So he's sort of the king of the hill at the moment. All right, we're going to go ahead and have the next move and see where everything ends up. Goodbye, little one. Oh, he's gone. Goodbye Tankir, thank you for coming to join us. Oh, and Tankir's son Ronukir, it has been born. So Rokir, I think we're gonna name him Rokir. There we go. Rokir has been born. Unfortunately, he has hemophilia, so we do want to get rid of that. I actually feel like that is such a powerful trait that we may not start breeding them if we don't have to. A and F immunity on him. We'll go ahead and move little Rana over. She can stand over here to help light that area up. Isko is older, so Isko will come up to this available nest. And then Esmesi is actually, she's got, what, 3 moves? So we'll have her look here and then move up into this nest so she can have her baby next. And then Rasi is very young and she has double A immunity, but I think we're doing really, really good on how many babies we've got right now. So right now we'll focus on gathering up food. So let's go ahead and have Mikori, who's very important for her genes actually. We'll have to start having the almond family come down and they can start flirting and figuring out who's going to be whose mate some point in the future. All right, we'll put them away. And then we can have little Rila. And actually, I want to kind of name her Mila. Yeah, I want to name her Mila after her mom. So Mila. So it goes with Miri. So she's Barry's daughter, and then Barry, Miri, and then we have little Mila. And we'll go ahead and she can start learning how to collect berries, and otherwise we'll look around. I might let Almond sort of gather up his resources. What's shaking? Something's shaking. So we'll have to keep an eye out because something back there with our boys is shaking. So we'll have to kind of watch out for that. And I wonder if we might start changing the color of their chest icons based around if they are actually warriors Do their chest icon colors? Yeah, they're changing. Okay. Based on if we are going to make them warriors, if we are going to make them scouts, if they're done breeding, or if they are one of the more interesting ones that we want to keep an eye on for breeding. So we'll have to start playing with how we're going to use that to the best of our capabilities. Right now, we still have plenty of other things to keep us very, very busy. Annecy is watching over her little son, Ducro. Ducro can probably move over here. Life isn't too terribly dangerous over here right now. Anamiala can probably move this way to help explore this spot and keep an eye on her younger brother. Nukirkir, I'm going to kind of push a little bit further into, there we go, into the island to scout out resources on the island. I think we are actually going to be able to move this experimental tribe up off of this island a lot sooner than we did with the Jalip tribe. So, there's more rustling over there. So we'll have to see. We have a lot of babies about to be born. There's 2 pregnant females on the nest, and we have a lot of children. So we'll have to see if we can help those children survive. But it definitely, even though it feels very subtle, the name of the game has shifted. And I am kind of keeping an eye on how the challenge has moved. So it's definitely changed from how we used to play. And I'm going to see if we can even keep our tribe alive long enough to make it to the next island. All right, I think we're doing pretty good though. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.